Hey guys, what's up? I know I haven't been here in a while, and to be honest, I think that should be my new YouTube intro, just saying that I haven't been here in a while because I never post.
Open up, you OPN, bitch you won't BBM, we should be closer than friends, if you OPN, and take the high road and hop in, open up, OPN, OPN.
So before I get into this video, I'm not gonna skip past the elephant in the room. I cut my hair. I had a lot of reasons why I cut it. It's wet now because I just styled it, but you know, it's real curly. I'm trying to get my curls back, you know, go natural, go on the natural journey.
She loves shaking her hair.
Okay, I shouldn't have done that. I got everything right now. But maybe I'll post a video of why I cut my hair, how I style it, and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe. If you want to see it, then you can comment down below and let me know. So today I want to talk about something that's not talked about often, and I think a lot of people need help with, and it's how to get over anxiety and depression. And I wrote down some things in this notebook here. To be honest, I don't think it's really organized. I tried to organize it as best as I could, but I have a lot of stuff here and I'm gonna read from what I wrote. So if I keep looking down, that's why. It's because I'm reading off of this.
By the way,
I got this tiny ring light that it clips to my phone. It's really bright, so I just hope I'm not gonna go blind by the end of this video.
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see barely.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is anxiety. I deal with anxiety. I used to deal with it really badly when I was little. I had separation anxiety, a lot of it. That makes sense. I had a lot of separation anxiety. It was really bad. I'd be at home and crying to go home. It was just so bad. I've had it since I can remember, but I don't really have it now. The techniques that I'm gonna help you and use, and the techniques and everything that I wrote down has helped me get over my anxiety, as well as this program by someone called Lucinda Bassett. Now the program's really old, so what it is you have CDs and you get a workbook along with the CDs. It's a 15-week program you can do at home. This video is not about this, but I wanted to show you guys. So this is really old right here, but you can see it's messed up. But this right here and this has helped me a lot. It's helped everyone in my family, to be honest. And so what happens is you listen to a CD for a week and you do the stuff in the workbook that goes along with the CD, and it helps you learn about different things. It's like the things that are in the book are how to get over depression, how to get over anxiety, how to be more confident. So it's really helpful. I don't think it's easy to find online now, but you can, and I would definitely recommend it. It goes more into detail about the things I'm going to talk about in this video. So one thing that I do want to say before I do get into talking about anxiety is to not be afraid of the fear. It's normal to feel fear, and you have to feel fear in life to be human and to get through life. It's a part of getting through life, and it's also very important to acknowledge the fear and know that it's okay to feel that fear and feel that way, because there's most likely a reason for you feeling that way. And if there's no reason, then it's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. Just don't worry about it, but just know that it's okay to feel that way, and chances are there's going to be a reason. It's human and it's normal. Also, one thing else that I want to add is that it's important to not anticipate the fear, because if you're not already having anxiety and you're not already having fear, and you're thinking like, oh, what if I feel scared, or what if this scares me, that is going to cause fear. It can cause panic attacks, and it will worsen your fear if you already have the fear or anxiety. So it's very important to distract yourself from those thoughts, and yeah, it's just important to use techniques that I'm going to give to you. So there's 4 techniques or steps that I came up on my own. I think that I did, but they're really good and very helpful, so I'm going to get right into it. So step 1 is to acknowledge the fear. So when you acknowledge the fear, you're realizing that you're feeling anxious and you're having maybe scary thoughts or whatever it is. And when you acknowledge it, you're telling yourself that it's okay to feel that way. And making yourself feel okay, it makes you feel better, if you could put it that way. It makes you feel better to tell yourself that it's okay to feel that way, and to know that it's just anxiety and it's only anxiety. It will not hurt you, it cannot harm you. So step 2 is to do breathing exercises and or do grounding exercises. Now breathing exercises are, for an example, breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 4. It's basically slowing your breathing and helping you to focus on your breathing so that you're not focused on whatever it is that's causing your anxiety or whatever it is around you, and you're focusing on yourself and you're calming yourself down. To be honest, I think that's a grounding exercise. There's also different ways that you can do breathing exercises. I think that I heard it's more helpful to breathe in for a shorter amount of time than you breathe out, because it calms you down more. Now you can also do grounding exercises, which is an exercise that keeps you in the present moment, and it keeps you focused on everything around you. Sometimes focusing on everything around you can cause anxiety, but it can also calm you down if you do it the right way, which is by using grounding exercises. You can look up grounding exercises on Google and YouTube, and they're very helpful, but one grounding exercise that I think is popular and is very helpful is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is you're looking for 5 things that you can see, and it can be anything. 4 things that you can touch around you, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And it's just very helpful, is all I can say. Now step 3 is to find what caused the fear. You may not always know what caused the fear, there may not always be a reason, but if you can find what caused the fear, then that's really helpful. It can also calm you down because you know what triggered it. But also if you don't, then it's okay, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. Just go ahead and use the next technique. So step number 4, or technique number 4, is to reassure yourself and change your thoughts from negative to positive. Now this is something that I can go further into if you guys would like. Just leave a comment down below and I can do another video on how to change your thoughts and how to reassure yourself. But basically you're just going to talk to yourself in a reassuring way, in a way that you would comfort your family or friends or anyone that you love and care about, to make them feel better. So you just talk to yourself in that way, and it's very helpful. And you have to change your negative thoughts to positive ones. A way to do that is you can go maybe a week or so just keeping tabs on the negative thoughts you have, and whenever you notice you're having a negative thought, you write it down, and then you write down the more realistic, optimistic version of that thought, and repeatedly tell yourself the more optimistic version if you want. That can help, or you can just say it and do the breathing exercises. But yeah, it's very important that they're positive, but it's also very, very important that they're realistic. Because if you tell yourself a negative thought, as say you're performing at a show and you're a musician like I am, I do the drums, I would show you but you can't see them, but you can see a guitar. So say you're performing and you're about to get on stage, but you're really nervous and you're having a negative thought, and the negative thought is, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna do terrible. Everyone's gonna laugh at me. That's a negative thought right there. But if you try to change it to an unrealistic positive thought, the positive thought would be, I'm gonna do great. I'm not gonna mess up at all. People are gonna clap and cheer me on. But the thing is that that's not realistic. That won't always happen, and it sets expectations, and those unrealistic expectations can make you more anxious. So you have to know how to change your negative thoughts. So the negative thought I just said, you're about to perform and you're anxious and you're saying, I can't do this, I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna do terrible, everyone's gonna laugh at me. Change that thought into saying, I'm gonna be okay. I will use my techniques for my anxiety techniques, and if I mess up, it's okay. Because most likely, to be honest, they don't know that you messed up. They don't know your routine, and they don't know the behind the scenes of everything, so they're not gonna know if you mess up or not. Also, tell yourself that it's okay. You're human. It's normal to have anxiety, and it's just anxiety. It will not hurt you, and it cannot cause you any harm. So those are the 4 steps. Basically, going over them shortly, is to acknowledge the fear. Do breathing exercises and or grounding exercises to find the cause of the fear, and then to reassure and change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts. If you want to put it like in a summary, that's how it would be, because it's very simple. Now it seems like a lot. It can be at first, but the more that you do it, my cat just walked in. He always wants to make an entrance into one of my videos. Or I want to make him into my videos. I don't know, but he's gotten much bigger and he's so cute. He's a dog. It may seem like a lot at first, and it can be, but the more that you do it, the better and easier it gets for you, and the better you get at doing it. But it was really just me having to explain to you why and giving you a better idea of what I mean. These techniques are for any kind of anxiety you have. If you have severe anxiety, if you have an anxiety disorder and you're constantly having anxiety, use the techniques. If you're having a panic attack, use the techniques. And the techniques can honestly get rid of your panic attacks, can worsen. They won't worsen, they will make your panic attacks better. Like, you won't feel as anxious. So also, if you do have anxiety, if you're constantly having it, you have to constantly talk to yourself and reassure yourself. Or whenever you're having anxiety and you don't have it constantly, you have to reassure yourself constantly when you have it, and it helps you get better at managing your anxiety. One thing that I also want to say is that meditation is very helpful. It's not what you think it is. You can listen to guided meditation for anything on YouTube. You can do it whenever you're doing anything, but not operating like heavy machinery, as they say, or driving a car or something like that. Do it when you have free time, or when you're in the shower, or when you're about to go to sleep. Just times like that, because you don't have to do anything, you just have to listen. Sometimes you have to do something, but it's not like a big task for you. So it's really easy, and it's very helpful, and it calms you down. And if you do it frequently and often, it can change your life for the better and make you a much better and more calm person. Very important to not let your fears stop you. You cannot let your fears stop you from doing anything that you want to do and going anywhere that you want to go, because it's just fear. It's just an emotion. It's nothing more than that. If it is stopping you, use the techniques. Talk to yourself, constantly reassure yourself, and eventually it'll go away. As in, it will lessen. I don't think anxiety can ever go away, but it can lessen significantly, and you could learn, you know how to manage it. You have to feel the fear in order to go through life, and you have to feel the fear and go through whatever you were going to do, and just go for it. Don't let the fear stop you. It's normal to feel fear in life, as I've said, and you have to feel it in life, because if you don't you're running away from it and you're letting it consume you. Pretty much, you're letting it overwhelm you.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Feeling the fear is the only way that you'll ever get over anxiety, and the only way you can stop panic attacks. Now on to the second part of this video, which is depression. Now, if you have severe depression, you're having any thoughts or anything like that, it's important that you need to get help immediately. I can list some hotline numbers right here or down below in the description box, so make sure that you check that. Don't be scared. Please don't be scared. They're there to help you and to make you feel better, and you can get over depression. You can get over it. You just have to do the right things to help you get over it. But if you're not severely depressed or anything like that, then the steps or tips that I'm going to list can help you a lot. Now, when you're depressed, you're not going to feel like doing anything. You're going to want to sleep, but you're going to have to make yourself do things. That is the key of like getting over depression. You have to make yourself do things. It doesn't matter if you don't want to do it. You have to make yourself do things. It's easier to go little by little instead of jumping right in and changing your whole schedule and everything like that, because you'll fall right back into doing nothing, and it will just be a never-ending cycle. So it's important to start little by little and go little by little. Now, some things that you can do are exercising. You don't have to exercise a lot. You can go for a walk outside for 10 minutes, disconnect. You have to disconnect, and just walk outside and notice the nature. You maybe use the grounding exercise that I listed, and you know, it can make you feel very happy and much better about your depression, and you won't feel as depressed anymore. It's also important to do things that you haven't been getting around to. You have to be productive. So say you want to practice on the drums more and you haven't been getting around to do it. Start maybe 5 minutes a day practicing on the drums, and a little bit later, when you feel comfortable, work up 10 minutes a day, and just do more and more minutes or time at the drums, and you'll get better, you'll feel better, and you won't be depressed. Eat healthier. You can start by eating more fruits, or the fruits that you like. Also drink tons of water, a lot of water, like as much water as you can drink, to be honest. If you have a pet, play with it, take care of it, you know, just cuddle with it or whatever. Pets are very good for therapy, and if you don't have a pet, get a pet. If you can't afford a pet, or you don't have room for a pet or whatever, then you can use the other techniques that I'm going to list. You can also do something different, something that you normally won't do at all, or you haven't done in a while. Just something to change your setting. You have to change your setting. That's also a very important tip, is to change your settings. Something simple as changing your settings, as I said a million times, can help you immediately feel better. And the good thing about depression is, if you do the tips I gave you, or you get help or something, it should immediately make you feel better. Anxiety, it takes time and you have to be patient, but with depression, it gets better and better and better, and it's important to know that it will not always be that way. You will not always be depressed. It can't be that way. It can't work that way. You'll have moments where you're happy at times, and those moments are great because you're not depressed and you're doing something that's helping your depression because you're happier. And the more you do, the less depressed you are. And the less depressed you are, the more you're getting rid of your depression. The last 2 tips are to talk to someone. It can be friends, family, therapist, anyone. Just talk to someone. You don't have to completely open up, but just something small or whatever that's been bugging you, because it can help you immediately feel much better. Also, it's important to just help someone. You know, just go out, go somewhere and help someone. It makes you feel much better, it makes you feel like a great person, and depression can be rooted in insecurities. So just do things that will make you feel better. As I said, the key to getting over depression is doing things you don't want to do. You have to make yourself do things, and also do things that you know and you think and feel will better you, as in being productive and things like that. It's also very important to get therapy. Therapy doesn't mean that you're crazy. It doesn't mean that you're insane. Therapy is for someone who wants someone to talk to and to listen to them. That's what therapy is for, and that's what they are there for. So that's it for this video. To summarize and go back into the things that I was saying, the keys are: do not let your fear take over you. Feel the fear and know that it's just an emotion, and it cannot hurt you and it won't harm you. It's also important to know that whenever you feel anxious, it's important to use the techniques. And the techniques are acknowledge your fear, breathe and ground yourself, find the cause and reassure, and change your negative thoughts to positive. As simple as that. Also, it's important to know that anxiety takes patience. Anxiety takes a lot of time, but it's very worth it. If you want to be a better person, you don't want to be as anxious, you don't want to be scared of everything, then it's important to be patient and to be determined. As I've said before, if you're depressed, you have to do things that you don't want to do. You have to make yourself do things to better you and make you happier and to get rid of your depression. If you're severely depressed, then call one of the hotlines down below, go to the hospital, get help. Just get help. It's very important. They won't hurt you at all. Now, I already filmed this video, but I redid it because as I rewatched the old video, I was like, that it just doesn't make any chronological sense or anything. So I hope this one makes more sense. If there's anything that I've forgotten, I will add in the video or make another video about it. If you guys need me to talk about anything in this video, as I've already said, or go into more detail, then just let me know and I can do another video about it. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys like this video. I really do hope you guys like this video because it's very helpful and I think everyone needs to see this video, and these are the tips. These are what's really going to help you get over your anxiety and depression, and it's going to make your life better. So I hope you like this video. Leave a like down below and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys later.